you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
And we're back in the Intel Esports Arena. We've got some more matches coming your way. That's right, 4 maps to be exact. But however, we did get a chance to get Betway, one of the official sponsors of the ESL Pro League, to sit down with Dupree, who, well, why don't we just hear what they had going on, Chad?
Welcome to Betway's Counter-Strike quiz that's against the clock. Dupree's going to have 1 minute 55 seconds, the same as a round of Counter-Strike, to answer as many questions as you can. If you don't know a question, pass, and then we'll see your score at the end and create a leaderboard.
Yes.
Excited?
Yes.
Great. When I say the first question, the time is going to start. Tim is going to give us
I'm so excited.
Tim is going to say when the minute's up or the minute 50's up. So, on which map would you find the call-out goose?
That's 2.
Nice.
Which player famously screamed chicken coop?
Free, yes, sorry.
Negative.
Mo. How much would 2 flashes and 1 grenade cost?
2 flashes and 1 grenade, that'll be $700.
Yes.
Nice.
Name 3 players that names begin with S.
Symbol, Sergey, Seized.
Nice.
Okay. What skin is this?
That is a Fire Servant.
Nice.
How old is Taz?
32.
Nice.
Which player was ranked 1 on HLTV in 2014?
Get it right.
Nice.
Where's the London Major going to be held?
And the Wembley Arena thing.
Correct. Name NiP's original CSGO lineup.
Freiburg, Fiflaren, Exist, Forest, and get it right.
Nice.
What is Oscar's first name?
Thomas.
Nice.
Easy. Who was MVP of ESL 1 Cologne 2017?
Colser.
Negative.
Which team was top of the world rankings on Christmas Day?
SK Gaming.
Nice.
Who is the highest rated team across all majors?
Fnatic.
And someone else. There's 2 teams, sorry.
Fnatic and SK.
Negative.
Nope. Which pro player has the first name Martin?
Stico.
Nice.
With 1,502 maps played, who has the most maps on HLTV?
Get it right.
Negative.
Neo.
I would have said Neo.
Last question, you've got 27 seconds left.
Okay.
Can you name the only Bulgarian player currently playing in a top 10 team?
That's currently not?
Currently playing, who is in a top 10 team?
Cirque.
Nice.
Woo!
Nice. How many seconds left?
That's pretty good, right?
16 seconds.
I'll take it.
I think that was rather impressive.
Thank you.
So congratulations, congratulations.
I did good.
I love your cheer at the end. That was.
I felt like I got a roll on you.
You were just like, yeah, damn it, we need more questions. We're going to do this more people, so we need
really
more
good.
questions.
It was fun. It's funny.
Great. Guys, comment how many you got correct. If you managed to beat the timer but also get more correct than Dupree, well, you're a genius. If you didn't, better luck next time, and thank you for watching.
Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Yes, indeed.
The only thing quicker than that is me.
Ain't that the truth?
But
My
anyway,
goodness.
just a tip for them next time. What you do is with the ones he gets wrong, you don't tell him the answer, you say wrong, because you let the clock build down and then he can come back and revisit those questions to see if he can get them right. Just so he can just do a pass or maybe get a half mark, something like that.
Chad, you know what? I think we could probably get you their email and probably get you some, sort of beep, boop, boop, and maybe, figure it out with them.
Yeah.
In fact, we're going to be figuring it out from here where we go into our next matchup of NiP versus Fnatic. Now, this one has some heavy-hitting storylines, mainly because you have a lot of, I don't want to say crossbreeding, but you have quite a bit of step over here when it comes to these lineups.
Well, this is the Swedish derby, right? These teams have definitely played against each other numerous times as far as organizations are concerned. But when you're thinking about the players and who's played for whom and at what times and where, obviously there's only a few constants. Part of that legendary NiP roster that was even featured in that Betway video had the likes of Exist, Get Right, and Forest. Now Exist is the in-game leader of Fnatic on the other side of things. He's, betrayed his buddies. Actually, he was removed, so he didn't betray them. But he's on the other side of this picture right now. You think about NiP, they looked okay at DreamHack Master Stockholm, right? It felt like they were trending upwards. It felt like everything was going to be falling in the right place. But they've had some massive online woes. Just to note a couple of big changes with these guys. Obviously, they added Lekro in as now the in-game leader. They have Dennis playing for these guys who also used to play for Fnatic once upon a time. Lekro used to play for Fnatic once upon a time. We've got Forrest and Gerrit as that core backbone, and then you're thinking about that last player of Rez, who was like the MVP of IEM Oakland last year. So he's a star in that regard. They brought Peter in to be the coach. They got rid of Threat. That's caught you up with the lineups.
Well, let's catch some people up here with their match record so far in the ESL Pro League. Ninjas in Pajamas have dropped some maps this season, but they've also toppled some of the big dogs as well.
It hasn't been looking good, though. They have definitely been struggling online in both leagues, I believe. It hasn't been the team that we thought were going to come out after they were able to make it into a deeper run in the major than they have done in many years. It's just, I feel like maybe the online Counter-Strike isn't where they're getting the best out of them. And the same can probably be said for this new Fnatic roster. I want to make a note that a win condition or a massive win condition for NiP, and at least in big games or at least in games versus opponents where it's maybe a bigger name, or at least a team in the top 5, top 6 in the world, Lekr0 has to really perform because he's an impact player, right? He's the in-game leader, but when he is, dropping bombs, he's getting 30 kills, and that's basically propelling his team to victory. So he's a huge win condition for NiP, I believe.
Which is definitely a player to look out for. And you can also look out for this next team that we're going to be talking about in Fnatic at the Intel Extreme Masters in Chicago. Isn't that right, Chad?
That's going to be great. That's going down next week. That's going to come around very quick. But these guys will be competing. One of the big names down there. Going to be Brolin's debut on land with the boys, and Twist as well. It's going to be big.
Which is interesting when you think about like the veterancy between this lineup and having these newer players come in, these newer faces, and just how they're going to adapt in these moments and how they're going to try to come together and be one unit.
Well, the crazy thing with this is the only player left from when Fnatic won the major back in 2013 is JW. Everybody else is gone, right? Crims is one of the more recent additions, and he's been part of the team for what feels like forever. You have Exist coming in as the in-game leader. That's the core that's stuck around. Obviously, they had Draken come in and out, a bit of a sliding door there. The bigger mission is Flusher, who's gone over to play for Cloud9 in North America. And then the two new players, Twist, who's been playing Counter-Strike at the top level for a very long period of time, and Brolan.
Well, here are the upcoming matches for Fnatic between Matchday number 11, which is now. That's going to be the Ninjas of Pajamas. You're going to have Wendigo and then rounding it out with Mouse Sports on Matchday 13. So a full-packed week here for these guys when it comes to games, Chad.
Yeah, and you have to think about this Fnatic roster. They've only played games together online. I'm just bringing it up right here. I was looking at it before. They've only played, I think it's about 30 matches. Sorry, 22, not even 30 matches. So they've only played 22 games together. They've won 8, they've lost 14. The highest rated player for these guys throughout that has been Twist. We've seen him do fantastic things on the pistol rounds. We've seen him have a lot of impact on the AWP. JW said in an interview that he's doing more, I guess, secondary AWPing, more AWPing, that he can, do both roles because they needed someone aggressive. He actually stated that in an interview. So you have to keep that in mind.
Well, Chad, here's something you can keep in mind, as well as you as at home. Let's talk about a head-to-head comparison here and some of the guys that have switched seats and switched lineups. And that is going to be the likes of Lekr0 and Mr. Exist.
Yeah, and the reason that we highlight these two players as our head-to-head is because Lekr0 and Exist are the respective in-game leaders for this team. Lekr0 may seem like a weird name, and we've already touched on that. Him basically having to pick up that role because no one else from the Ninjas was able to do so, whereas Exist used to actually be the in-game leader for the Ninjas in Pajamas for many years. And you have him now, doing the in-game leadership role for Fnatic, and his looser kind of play style you can see bleeding in. Both of these teams, I think, actually have very similar ways that they approach the game, right? It's the individuals getting it done. It's not too hugely strategically rigid. They just have decent structure. It's all about the mid-round, the chemistry, the playing off one another. That seems to be where Swedish Counter-Strike is at the moment.
Which is very interesting when you think about the Swedish Counter-Strike regardless, right? Because this has always been known as a powerhouse and a region that can succeed. Now, Chad, who do you have in this matchup tonight?
Going into Train, I really do like the structure that NiP have with their double AWP setup, but I'm actually going to go with Fnatic.
And we're going to go to the game. As quick as that and as quick as these next two usually finish things out, it's going to be Henry G and Sadicus. Guys, take us to the game, please.
Depends on the context of your previous statement. But we will go to the game, Henry. It's NiP, it's Fnatic. This is a legendary lineup, a legendary clash.
You excited?
A little bit.
Yeah? A Swedish derby?
A little bit.
Yeah? There's lots of storylines going into this one. I feel like Fnatic have got themselves the first compelling team they've had since maybe the Katowice championship position they were in. After that, it felt like it was all falling apart. Finally, though, they've got a team that's got young blood in it. It's got some excitement. It's got some old names as well. It's a well-rounded package. You can see they're not quite ready. The coaches are still on the server, running around. And no one's on the right team.
No, they're not. They're all over the shop.
There it is. We're all good. Looks like we are ready to jump into the game, ladies and gents. It will be Fnatic starting on the CT side here. It's going to be new additions, Brolan, and of course Twist. And remember, Twist is not necessarily the main AWP, it's still JW. Twist will take it on some maps like Inferno and be the secondary AWP generally.
Is this another short-lived appearance for Twist in the pro level?
I don't know. He was in Godsend for a while, but didn't really do anything.
He's had rumors to NiP in the past, said no, was obviously in the LGB lineup. He's been all over the shop.
Yeah, he's never really found
commitment issues, don't
that
date him.
team to win him a title. You know, it's always been a flash in the pan, join a team for a while, nothing happens, change team.
Something like that. Brolan coming in is exciting. I think that's very, very exciting, actually, if I'm completely honest with you.
60 years old.
Exactly. Young talent, rich with skill, and we're seeing that more and more. I think it's fantastic.
Yes, I think that's a good pickup. Going to mold him into a star, I'm sure. Fnatic want to put their best foot forward here. They've got Exist on the HE and Diffuse could come instead of the smoke. Ideally, to deny the plant inside. If that happens, he can nade the bomb site, I would say. So obviously the smoke would be beneficial to extinguish Molotovs as well, but that's a great shot. Putting out the Flame of Forest, that will be JW pushing towards Ivy. It's a dink towards Get Right as well. He's on 1 HP. Crim's a little bit unfortunate not to get that frag, but there we go. Very long-range shot. And we'll see what can be done. Still a chance here for an NiP, but a slim one.
Nothing quite like it. The slim ones, that is.
Indeed.
Slow things down considerably. Get Right still alive in this with 1 HP. Still tasked with watching to see if there'll be a flank. Anyone pushing from the B side of the map up into the halls. Bomb still out toward Ivy. There was a contest there earlier. You can see the remains and results of that as Forest was taken down by JW. JW got away with 100 HP in that, so that's a big win for Fnatic to take. 39 seconds still to play in the pistol. And Dennis, well, once comfortable with checking dumpster, will start the approach. Shots again. Dennis takes minor damage. JW turns around, catches Get Right. That 1 HP. Easy shot from that range. Rez finally pops out from Sandwich. Good control of the site to have. Good position to have. But Brolan, still up above, gets taken down by the same man. That could change things. Twist manages to at least shut him down. But bomb plant, is it possible? Probably not. Not with Exist's position. Sees both and gets only one. Lekro keeps the round alive. 7 seconds. He has to commit to the plant. No nade. So with 17 HP, he will easily be able to accomplish that task.
What?
But Twist gets the shot immediately after. I thought he was on for a headshot there.
Yeah, me too. Felt like Twist almost dropped the ball there. I would say Fnatic did in general. The fact the bomb gets planted at all is a bit of a problem there. It was looking like such a convincing round for Fnatic. They still win it, of course, but still could have been a lot cleaner. It comes down to Lekro, who managed to do a good job getting 2 kills and securing the plant. So yes, they will give the round up, but they've got a buy with an AK-47 right here. This is what I wanted to see in the previous game. You remember with North and Mouse Sports, it was on the T side. They could have got a couple of AKs. Instead, they went for like Mac-10s, Galils, and Deagles instead of getting 2 AKs and then having a chance to open things up with the proper rifles here. We'll see what happens as we get into round number 2. HE grenades available for 5 of the Fnatic players. They deployed this quite early on. No damage inflicted. Inside play looking very likely at this point.
Smoke's already down to deter that approach for now. That won't last long, considering the positioning to go along with those. It's Exist inside of the site that's backing away. Backing away, but being joined by Twist. The second best Twist in the world. The best is Canadian. Haha, not a biased.
That's Twists. Actually,
Okay, sorry, Hank. Well, Exist is going to take down 2. He'll get knocked out by Rez, who finds now 3 in the round. He looks very sharp, a 4th as well. And so far, he's done the bulk and majority of the killing for NiP. Dennis closes the round. It's 1-1. They steal it back. And if I'm not mistaken, Rez now has, what, 6 kills in 2 rounds? 4 of them in the last. Brilliant.
yeah, with the Galil as well. Underrated weapon. Look at the precision in the right hands. Excellent work by him. This kill especially takes down Twist, confirms the round. It will be NiP striking back. Classic 1.6 approach, getting the AKs out in the second. If you got the bomb plant, it's a little bit risky. You can obviously get the AKs out fully in the third, especially with today's financial setting. Wallbang attempts here by the CTs. They've got Twist and JW on the scouts. That's definitely a deadly combo. Whether they'll get the kills required is another thing altogether. Look at the damage that's been inflicted. I assume that's from the scouts. Rez and Necro down to about 30 points of health each. Checks out with the scout damage. Convert those though. Get right, gets dinged in the process as well. This is getting dangerous for NiP. Still with the man advantage, of course, but they could be sprayed down. All 3 players for Fnatic will be holding the connector right now. And Forest might have confirmed the round with that shot. The smoke's not fantastic towards connector, but bomb planted, everyone's low, but I don't think it's really an issue. Exist swallows a grenade and he'll fall back with his armor.
Fall back indeed for Crims. All the way through the spawn. That bomb tick-a-tocking and ticking away. I mean, you're right, the HP solo, it's antagonizing, it's frustrating. Certainly if you're watching this as a Fnatic fan, you're going to think, oh, how close, what if? But it's such a different situation. When there's 4 players alive, add that HP together, add the angles, add the favorsome? The advantage of having AKs.
Sure.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
It doesn't really equate to the same result. So it'll end as it is, with NiP finding a 2nd consecutive round and now making it 2-1.
2-1. Fnatic can't really do too much with round number 4 here, and NiP should find themselves in a very comfortable position. Scout will be in the hands of JW, but that's about it. CZ for Exist as well, save in the previous round. So, not really too much to talk about this one, but we'll see whether the Scout can set up the round, find some squishy players for the CZs to finish off. That's the objective here. Whether it can be realized is another thing altogether, but the first shot comes in as JW to take down Dennis.
Oui, Denis. Au revoir, mon ami. Don't know why I'm speaking French. I was just in Paris.
That's true.
With Joe Miller.
You were.
We shared a beer. Just one, though.
Just the one?
Just the one. It was about the size of a fishbowl, so...
Okay, I saw that actually. That
it's ridiculous.
Unreasonably large.
Yeah. Well, I get that a lot, you know.
And the beer was pretty big too. Anyway, let's get into round 4. We'll have the pistols out, of course. And the headshots being delivered in full force. That's Forest taking out Brodan. And this could get a little bit uncomfortable, but still Get Right finds the kill. A player definitely finding his self once again within Counter-Strike, trying to work out where his role sits, how he's going to play, where he can do the most damage.
As existential, you could call it.
Indeed. What is his position in Counter-Strike right now?
Yeah. Is there really a god?
Well,
what is the meaning of all of this? I would say he is a god, Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he stood the test of time. He's certainly, as you say, searching it out right now, but he's shown time and time again his relevance. Exist still going to try and give this a whirl. Head armor and a scout, but he'll give a quick peek to the site and see what else he can find against NiP, who look to find their 3rd round. Tagged Get Right, looks for more. Get Right's not going to fancy it. He'll back away, so as the bomb does not detonate and take him down. Lecro was waiting. He snuck through CT, and 3-1 indeed. JW with the only kill that time for Fnatic as well.
Fnatic can buy this one, but it really isn't that exciting. They can't get an AWP out. They could have a shotgun on JW, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The AWP does come up for Crims of all players. They've got JW, Twist on this team, and it's Crims with the AWP. He definitely could use it. I've seen him use it before. It's not a big deal. It's just context of him picking it up compared to his teammates here.
Thought he might fire at that wall. You're right, it certainly is. I did get enough spawn to get toward that connector early, but Exist will take down Dennis. That opens us yet again for Fnatic. Exist, a long-time member of NiP. Featured him in the pre-segment to the show. Right. Molotov down, trying to work his way inside of the site. Quick splash beside him as well. Smoke now. I'll take that back. Grenade, rather. Thrown out, bounced in, does damage. Hold from Brolan, though, still out by Sandwich, holding it hell. He's got 8 HP to try and swing back into sight. Find Get Right, who is aware of that position, aware of his surroundings, but Rez has that covered off for him. He can sit on top of the site. He's done so much damage to Crims that Forest is able to collect, and it's on to JW. Just a shotgun.
Yeah, doesn't look too promising for him. He might be able to find an AK-47 kicking around. Actually, just got the USP now. There it is, found it. No chance still to win the round, I would say. It's one of the most notoriously difficult bomb sites to retake, especially at a disadvantage. and he might just have to give this one up. It will be Fnatic winning the pistol, but then losing 4 follow-up rounds on the CT side of train. That really isn't a great place to be. But, you know, you do what you can. JW will hold on to the shotgun here right now, apparently. This one's to hold the corridors of the shotgun. I would say he takes the AK almost certainly next round. Just seeing what he can do with the lesser of the 2 weapons. So NiP has the position out, who stemmed off that second round victory, the AKs and the Galil. It was actually Rez and the Galil that got the work done.
So we get it back underway with guns still in question for poor Fnatic. They'll bring out some nades, some pistols, some Desert Eagles, the Nighthawks. Push up for the CZ as well. Exist. He still has his pole position. CZ waiting at B. A little bit late on the smoke means they're already through it. He won't be able to get an angle. Hoping to catch them out. Gray screened with the headshots. Get right has him down instead. JW on rotation early. And he's forced off quite quickly at that. I believe that's Brolan that's down below ladder. It certainly is. He's got 19 HP as Lycra holds him at bay, and will do so further by way of a Molotov.
It's quite weird now, seeing like how incestual the Swedish scene has become. If you see like Exist is on Fnatic, and it's Lekra who's on NiP at this point as well. They're doing some damage towards the side of Cookie over this, but I don't think much will happen. I say that it comes into a 2-on-2 quite quickly, but they don't have the kits to really go much further than this. It comes down to the point where they'll save 2 AKs. That's great, but the money not going to be affected too badly for NiP. But if you just look at some of the names, right? You've got the Dennis, former NiP, former Fnatic member, won 6 tournaments in a row with them, I believe. And Lekra was the in-game leader of them previously.
It may have been 7.
Was it 7? I think it was 6. Wasn't it? I don't know why.
Either way.
It was like that one era they had. And I'm just looking at the young guns now. We finally see some of the names we haven't seen before, maybe in this echelon of CS before. You got like Brolan, who's coming through, and Twist, who's been around for a while, but hasn't really ever found himself in a promising position, I would say, like a top 10 team for a long time and actually winning some trophies or even getting to playoffs and stuff. I don't think I've ever cast him on LAN.
I think I've seen...
Sorry, Twist, I mean.
Oh, Twist.
I don't think maybe a minor or something we casted him.
Yeah, we've definitely seen him with Godsent days.
Yeah.
That might have been Pro League, though. Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. I think we probably have, just given the circumstances of casting. You're right. You say incestual with the Swedish scene. I mean, a lot of them are. Aside from Astralis, there's a lot of changes within Denmark where they're all sort of rotating at times. The USA and North America has had that for some time. Finally getting some new talent in, though. That's kind of changing that. Nice shot, JW. Finds exactly where Lycra is through the smoke. Unfortunately, it's not going to be able to be recovered from NiP this round. So finally, Fnatic find their second, and we go 5-2. They keep 4 players alive in doing so. So that does bring a reset into the fold, but in doing so, they are managed to at least get a buyout for this round. In fact, they're still good money because they won't have to reinvest as much in utility. So Crims has a buy left over. Brolan as well. They're in pretty good position, all things considered.
We'll see what they can do.
The French scene's another one that's seen some
that's
introverted changes.
Seeing a little of action right now, isn't it? I'm not sure what's going to happen there. It's an odd one. G2 looking at some of the worst form we've seen them ever, potentially, with this new team. They had the super team before. Then they went with the strategical team, what they've got right now. That hasn't worked either. I'm really interested where that goes. Well, obviously, we're digressing slightly.
I'm curious to see where Vitality goes.
We'll see. We'll wish them all the best. I'm not that excited though. And we'll see what happens here. It will be Dennis to crack open the Ivy position, as it will be Exist to answer back here. Still a chance for NiP. It's Forest on the AWP. No stranger to the weapon. Looking towards a connector, takes down Twist, and it's Dennis who's trying to be set up here. 3 kills to his name so far. Looking to see if any of the CTs overextend. Smokes off towards Ivy. Trying to get that bomb down best he can, but JW sneaking around. Won't have much vision there. It's going to take a lot to even get this bomb down.
Hanging out at Sandwich. Good control of the site usually from this position. You can catch players rotating around and looking for information on the CT side. Dennis is certainly going to try and take the efforts into his own hands. Needs to spot out toward Ivy, but JW has already gone reverse side of the cubby. Won't be spotted easily. And a lot of noise made by Forest, who taken down by the CZ. Exist pops out. Perfect time to find Dennis. That drops the bomb. And the round is gone as NiP sit with only 5. They're held stationary for now and also brought lower in that money column. Hank, they're going to be able to buy this time, but it's now going to be a breakpoint potential for Fnatic. I say that. A bomb plant could bring them back in because this will be a 3rd round loss bonus.
Fnatic pull 2 in a row back. Their money's starting to get in a more promising situation. It is considered one of the more CT-sided maps we have, but it doesn't necessarily mean it'll always be the case. You'll sometimes see a 10-5 converted both times on the T side, and we'll see whether that's going to be possible. NiP have a very good start to the map, but starting to drop off now slightly. Double upset of a JW and Twist. That's always going to be a scary prospect. It's going to be Forest to smoke towards upper, just to set up his team with the Molotov, the flashbangs too, as they commit. And he'll just be holding in that position while they go down the lower ramp. Nice stuff so far. NiP making their way all the way towards the bomb site. Bomb planted as well, own the open position. This is actually kind of sick, especially from Forest. How's he done that? The AK-47 finds a couple of headshots there, very quick ones as well. And Rez maybe over to next. Electro's there, fighting on the front line, making sure the round goes in favor of NiP. Got a bit dicey, but overall, it's a very convincing round for the Ninjas.
Brolan sneaking up, though, does get the headshot onto Get Right. That'll give him a chance to get closer. He does have a kit, and he's found Lekro on top of the train as well. He'll now take that point of access and try and figure out, and he can hear it, exactly where Dennis is. Oh, Mr. 16. What a round from Brolan. He's going to get the defuse as well. There's time enough, and it's 4 rounds now for Fnatic, 3 in a row.
That's unreal. They were getting to the point where they were just like, well, where's he saving, boys? So where's he going to be? Should we challenge him? Should we try and take him down? And they make one mistake. He didn't have to get near the bomb before getting the full defuse in. Like, he got 3 kills before even touching the bomb. Like, that is an absolute disaster for NiP there. Well, there you have it. Give it away. It will be Brolan with a sensational play towards the B sides. 1 versus 3. Shouldn't be happening. NiP know it. And we find ourselves to another position for JW to find the opening kill. Try to bait out a shot. Doesn't do it. Actually just gives away the fact he's on the corner. Forest goes down first. And Dennis actually swallows a grenade as well. Oh my goodness. They're just trying to offer kills for free. That was a scary moment.
Rez looking to try and swing it out. Capitalize down the lane toward Hell, but Brolan's already there towards Sandwich. And furthermore, we saw exactly where his teammate was lined up behind him. That's JW now approaches at pitch. He's got to line up toward exactly that. Dennis, aim, gone. Trade, though, because Brolan was taken out immediately before that as Rez wants back out toward E-Box. It's JW instead, who's going to now climb up on top of the train, looking toward position of Pop Dog. Couldn't find the shot, saw the shadow, but nonetheless couldn't hit that either. It still falls to just Lekro and 2 HP because Twist was able to find the angle on Get Right. And Lekro flashed off, spotted out. An easy picking. Fnatic turning this around quite quickly, I have to say.
Absolutely so. Fnatic looking strong now. NiP presumably broken at this point. Nothing they can really bring to round number 11. First half coming to a close soon. 5 rounds to go. And the full eco here by the looks of it. Get Right gets a Tech 9. Okay. So the Tech 9 armor combo still has money around 2k, so that's fine. Find ourselves now towards this lower ramp. Pre-fire. Doesn't land any damage. Forest will get peppered down towards Ivy. First kill comes in. And we're off. See if Twist can get a second. Absolutely not. He actually gives the AWP up in a really compromised position. That's safely recovered, and it's given to Forest of all players on the NiP side. He could definitely make this work.
He's a menace with it. We'll see if he can make it beneficial. You can see him staring toward that Pop Dog doorway, ladder doorway, because he wants to make sure that his teammate, Dennis, can get in position. Dennis had already cleared from Sandwich. They had no idea that Crims was holding that angle the entire time. So the AWP quickly is removed. Dennis does sneak through, however. This will surprise exist and certainly yield 1 kill. Trigger discipline. He wants more than 1. He wants to guarantee it. He wants the M4 in his hands, the second by which they can react. He's lost track of Brolan. He snuck up beside the bomb train, but they are still heading in that direction. I'd say that was Brolan. Excuse me. It's JW that's on that side. It's Brolan still working out from Pop Dog.
Very uncomfortable situation. Fnatic have let a little bit too much be given away here, but the smoke could save it. JW Hits the quick scope as well on Lekro. Jumps in towards the lower ramp. He will be taken down eventually. That's bought some time for the rotations. Bomb planted on the site. Set up behind it. It's going to be Crims to confirm a 2 versus 1. They know Rez has to be in this area somewhere. That confirms it. Should be around now for Fnatic. Another close call. But ultimately, comfortable in the end. Came down to the 2-on-2 where they managed to get the first pick. Isolate the remaining terrorist. And recover the AWPs. Should be 2 of them found. There it is. And the defuse. Comfortable, as you like. Bit of utility picked up as well. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs. And we get into round number 12 now. It's developing into a tidy little game. This could be very competitive towards the end.
Normally is between the Swedes.
Yeah.
Just across the water. And then north a bit and east a bit. And spread out throughout. You get the point. We're in Denmark. They're in Sweden.
Yes.
Fnatic certainly taking the lead thus far with 5 rounds in a row for NiP. It's now 5 rounds in a row for Fnatic, plus that pistol that kind of fell apart in the next round. But Dennis now holds the top of the ladder, bomb waiting all the while, and it's a 3. I was going to say 3-2. It's really a 2-1-2 split with 2 at the top of the ladder, 1 at A main, and then 2 out toward Ivy. Force is going to get the opening pick as well. That is at Ivy. But good response from Broland, knowing that the op was trying to take one position on the map. He takes back the other, sprays through, and get right down as well. Young man showing some skill as Rez takes out Twist to at least pull it level. Again, they took over Pop Dog. They took back part of the map, but they've given up so much in the back tracks that Forrest can continue to hold, not only with this op, but create space for his teammate. The problem is that they've lost the bomb.
That is a problem. Not advised, as Forrest will pull one back. It's answered straight away. So close between these 2 teams. Less than a minute remaining as a flashbang from Crims. Try and set himself up. He does have control of the situation right now. Brolan holding in the break room. Looking for Lekro. Oh, great positioning. Sits on the sofa. Manages to get his 3rd kill of the round as well. Perfect smoke. CT's got the bomb. Forrest should have almost 0 chance of winning this. He would have to do something magnificent to even get a kill. Bombs down, he's in front of the Pop Dog. He has no time to rotate. Up he goes, trying his best to wiggle around. Might as well save the AK at this point. Or an AWP, if you can. There it is.
Well, we get that at the very least, but another round in succession for Fnatic as they find number 7 overall in the half. We're going to head to round 13. Train, not bad. Not bad to start it off between these 2 teams. We'll certainly see some, I guess, revelations, some truths to be told about who's on the op and how they're going to play it, because it certainly is an op contestant map. It certainly is a map of timing and attrition, and some of the angles certainly required outside. Coming up next between these 2 teams, remember it's a best of 1 repeated. I'm just trying to find it actually. I think Mirage. There we go. So that's pretty good between the 2. I like Mirage. I think Mirage is pretty level for everyone these days. Although it didn't prove to be the case in our last match, did it?
Definitely not. Bit of a battering in the first half, especially 13-2 in favour of Mouse Sports. Anyway, round 13 here. Fnatic with another lead here. JW pushes. Ivy once again gets another successful opening frag. Takes out Lekro, the in-game leader. Always a valuable target to pick up. Difficult to call effectively, not part of the machine. You want to stay quiet.
Pretty quiet this time at Pop Dog, to be fair. There's 2 players above it, but Broland's been pretty aggressive in that position so far defensively for Fnatic. So the fact that we just saw that exchange where in which there was no one down below is actually a rarity so far in this game. It's Forrest. Takes no time to waste at A main, steps in, but Crims being more passive in that position this time is easily able to spray onto him from the reverse side of the box. Just Dennis and Get Right remaining all ready for NiP. Ninjas in pajamas.
Oh, there it is. The missed shot from JW finally comes through. Yeah, 2 perfect opening kills, but now punished. 30 seconds, though. This doesn't look possible for NiP. Crims locking them in towards the Pop Dog room. Oh, it's all over. Beautiful stuff. Fnatic really looking quite impressive in the last few rounds. 8-5 now. A couple more to go. There's Crims just holding patiently, listening for the utility to be deployed. Takes down 2 in true style there. And there will be just pistols, I'd imagine, for an IP. Maybe 1 AK. They get a scout instead, so there it is. There's the significant investment. Rez will go for the main pick. Maybe doesn't commit towards Nectar. I say that. He's gone for it. Takes some damage, but not too much. Still in the round. Can you find the first headshot? Definitely can. Takes down Crims. Lovely shot.
Pretty sick, actually. Good on the second angle approach. Meanwhile, now we get back to Brolan being aggressive at the ladder. He's standing there looking upward. He's been successful being aggressive. They haven't used a lot of utility against him, and this time they just jump down and try and hope for the best. Try and go for straight contact. He'll get underneath the light once more. No flashes, no Molotovs. They've not used them. They don't have them this round, but they've not used them a lot in that position, all things considered. Meanwhile, back out towards Sandwich. It's Dennis that gets back into JW, but not before he was able to find Rez. Switching to the pistol, having tried to get close with the AWP, of which there is still another. Exists, though, may not allow that to be used, because it's Twist that has it. It's going to be Twist that's under threat, though, by Forrest. That's a lovely shot.
There's a chance here, but one that will be quickly thwarted. Exist will get the final frag on Forrest there. Former teammate, of course. No love lost between these two. And we'll have round number 15 come through. Auto shotgun for JW. Doesn't have to be this way. They can drop him a gun.
It doesn't have to be this way.
They've still got 3,100.
We can make this work, Henry.
Yeah, they can still get rid of it, but no, they're staying on it. And now we're off. The auto shotgun at JW will be deployed in the final round here. Is this the one they give up? Maybe.
It might be Twist, Brolan, each with kills. Good start for Fnatic. It's certainly not looking like NiP is going to have any inches back into this half, but Rez and Force able to find not only two, but now a third. Two for Rez specifically. And he'll hold off backside E-box to watch and see who will be retaking the site, who will be on rotation. Little does he know, that rotation has already happened. It's already right behind him. Shotgun, oh, JW, I thought he was going to mess that up. First one went just wide of the head. The second one made up for it. Thankfully, it was the auto shotgun, not the pump. That could have been awkward. As Forrest finds himself alive, alone, 33 HP. But at least where one player is, he's lost track of JW, who's switched over to the AK, naturally, as he would do after finding the opening kill. 46 seconds, Hank.
He has an interesting idea. The fact he's going towards CT spawn. He's not doing the obvious play here. So we'll make a bit of noise, but he actually could catch a CT in transition here. It all comes down to timings. And one that will elude him, especially towards inside, making noise now. Knows he can't really be walking around, hoping to find them isolated here, but the angle too good from JW. It will be 10-5, that's absolutely confirmed. And that was a huge start from NiP as well. They managed to win the pistol. They went up 5-0, didn't they?
They did. Not 5-0, no, excuse me. It was Fnatic won the pistol.
Oh, okay.
And then it was 5 rounds in a row for NiP.
That's okay.
So either way, they had a 5-round spread at the start that you would have thought was pointing all signs to NiP. That gets completely thwarted, and they come back with 9 straight to end 10-5.
That's pretty wild. 5 in a row, then you get nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you have the money on your side like that, you have a chance to reset them, like, immediately.
Yeah.
The economy, actually, to be fair, they kept 4 alive, so it would have taken 2 rounds. But still, they come back and just destroy NiP's half. And convincingly, we saw Brolan was part of that with this 1-on-3. Spectacular at that.
Yes.
That was when the reset was probable.
That was a huge catalyst in the collapse. You could see that's where they really found their footing. Some eco victories in there as well.
I wonder if that tilted them off of it, maybe?
Possibly. Hit the scores on the doors. You can see Lekro not fragging as strong as usual. Get right 6 and 12. Brolan 15 kills. JW 18. No wonder Fnatic are looking so sharp after even losing 5 rounds in a row. That's all they gave up.
Well, either way, time to return favor. Return serve for NiP to try and pull this back again. Mirage is the second of their best of 1 double header. I love the textures upstairs in that control room because it reminds me more of original Source textures, which remind me of Portal 2. I played a lot of Portal 2 last week.
Oh, really?
I love that
Portal
game.
2.
Best game by Valve ever. Don't at me. Molotov towards Z-Connector. It'll do really nothing at this point other than slow rotations, which I guess is the goal because they want to try and sell this back to B. They're hoping that they can lock them onto the A site. As Get Right from range takes shots down toward the bomb train. It doesn't really amount to much, but let's Brolan. Slide up, Twist. He'll take out Dennis. Broland getting so far forward is waiting for them to run past. They need to be a little bit cognizant of the fact that there isn't a lot of time in their favor on the rotation behind, and they've got to start making a move. Forrest from range. Rez gets Broland. Forrest does at least get Crims. It's on to Twist. He stays on top of the fight. Don't leave Exist out of it. He ran out of ammo there, by the way. Because Exist has the stairs, low HP. They know exactly where he is. They're going to try and hold this defuse. Rez staying alive is giving them a chance, and they'll pick up the pistol.
I have no idea how.
Will they?
Yeah, they will.
Okay. Thanks, Hank.
My goodness. That was looking so good for Fnatic. They get the bomb down, though, so not all is lost. But still, I feel like Exist should have had that kill on the lower round. But Rez is, what, 8 HP? One of the block bullets out of the 15 or so fired should have connected, but not meant to be. That was a guaranteed round if he got it. But there it is, 10-6. NiP now will win one of the pistols. Remember, they didn't win the first half one. They got the second round, Force Spy. And that's not what Fnatic are going for. They're going for the AKs in the third. They've got the Deagles out here, looking for any headshots they can get. Objective just to really find 1 or 2 kills. That would be enough just to keep NiP on a modest leash.
Well, see if this MP5 can pew-pew its way through the smoke, Hank.
Yeah. See what it can do.
No tracers?
No. It's does a bit less damage, has a little less range, but...
Do you think the AUG's actually the reason people are going to the M4A1S again? I mean, we don't see... It's not like we've seen a overwhelming change.
Forrest has always used the M4A1S. So
fair play.
He is one of the few he's difficult to draw any parallels with, but I don't think it's so just yet. I feel like that we'll see more of the AUGs before we see more of the M4A1S.
Right, people have to convince themselves to switch.
Yeah, so we'll see. But either way, this is looking very good for NiP. Remember, this is a steady eco round for Fnatic. They're going to get the guns out in the next round. Crims firing back. They get a couple of kills. Remember, we did say that would be objectively a success. Just go even no armor, no nades, a few deagles, trying to make sure that this round is a real punishment. There he goes across the board. No warp available for NiP after losing those couple of kills. Get around Necron for masses. There we go.
Now, Dennis with a quick Molotov toward A main will try and get position inside of Sandwich, surely. Does he rotate off at Ivy? They've got 2 players there. He's got Hell nonetheless. But pressure and the attack goes toward B early on. Roland down through the smoke onto the ledge, jumps up, can see down directly to anyone that wants to peek. So he's got a bit of an angle here. This is clever. Smart positioning, all things considered. Trying to exploit the defensive setup, and now he'll go with the flashes. He's the first in contact made, not toward the tanker. Dennis has nowhere to run from this position, though. They know he's going to be there, so he does very well to pick up a second kill as he takes down Exist. Get Right will burn Twist, but the bomb to be planted. It's only 2 men left for Fnatic. Get Right makes that 1, and JW has to clutch it back. Good first shot, but he takes damage, considerable damage. As he goes down to 16, that allows Forrest to connect, and we now go 10-8.
We certainly do. So the DG's come through. NiP holding strong now, looking to tie things up on the CT side. Potentially run away with the game. That's going to be the eco now for Fnatic, unless they want to force by here. See Dennis is using all the little ledges and hitches to his advantage. Now, I'd be surprised with the full investment from Fnatic. They have got enough for 5 rifles, I think at least. 1 will Galil. So compromise exists, no nades. Galil for Broline, but definitely still enough to justify a purchase. See what they can do here. It's going to be a difficult round to give up there. Remember, this is 10-5 at half. That's slowly but surely slipping away from them. They can convert this one. They're right back in the lead at 11-8. Money will be actually in a pretty compromised position for NiP as well. Good shot from Forrest, but Lecro unable to find the same luck.
JW will slide up from the Ivy position. Rez still waiting in at the blue train. Try and turn this around. Backside sandwich, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure Blade has some like number for it.
Yeah.
Rez takes out JW though from said position, and therefore Exist now has to follow in the footsteps of a dead teammate as Forrest still holds above as well. He can see that while his teammate transitions and looks toward the front of the site instead. All the while, Dennis is still waiting in control room as well, or at least on the ladder. He's not quite up there now. to be? I think it has to be. One man to sell it. That'll be Brolan. He gets one, gives them a chance. If he gets two, beautiful opportunity, but it's not going to happen. It's taken down. It was Existing, not Berlin, but nonetheless. The lurk is gone. Get right. Nade. Damage will be applied, but it won't be enough. Twist stays alive with 19, and therefore the bomb is planted. Brolan's tagged up early as well, and that gives Get Right a gift.
Wow. They line up for him. He drops the incendiary to flush them out, sprays it down. Both kills come in. NiP with another round on the board. That was the force buy from Fnatic with the bomb going down, the loss bonus accumulating. They might have another buy here, and indeed they do. You can see with the bomb plant, they still have above 4k per player. So this is getting to a point of desperation now. Fnatic can't post a single round on the second half. They need to start waking up here. They've been close a few times, but ultimately NiP right back in this game now. Even more so the fact that on the CT side of Train. All powerful Lekro. It's a bit of a weird one of NiP, one of those teams that don't even have like a Nitro per se, someone who can do it really well consistently. They kind of change it up map per map, round per round. Whoever kind of feels like it out of Dennis, Forest, Lekro, sometimes even Rez.
Sometimes even Rez. Speaking of, he'll be at the bottom of the dog with the AK in hand and through the ledge. He'll take down Brolan. That's payback for how Brolan took out Get Right earlier on. Forest will take Exist. Crims to Forest, but look at the situation. It's Crims in a 1 versus 5. Starts it with the kill, but surely not much more because the bomb down inside of the site. There's no need to commit for this. Or commit to this, I rather should say, from NiP. So we should tie things up on 10, meaning another 5 rounds in a row for NiP. Dennis gets Crims to close it.
Double digits. We have made it for both teams. Round number 21 coming up. Surely at this point, with no bomb being planted, Fnatic have to give this one up. A partial buy required. The CZs, the Tech-9s, the Deagles, PT50s, all of that good stuff. CZs will be the main pistol on USIP. Broline, Crims, and JW using that. They've got 3 smokes, one of which has been deployed already. We'll see an outside rush at JW. Trying to open things out, get that quick plant down if he can. Doesn't look like it's possible as the bomb now out of reach, but JW always so nimble in these sort of positions. He's got his knife out right now. Somehow it's an AWP. What's going on? How has he done this?
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick.
Yeah, absolutely. He's blind now. He probably has done enough in this round, and that will be the end of it. But still, bit of a show. You'll see him bunny hopping around. No scopes of AWPs. Knife attempts. It's all in a day's work for JW. He's got 23 kills. That's when he really don't want to play against him when he's in the zone. He's feeling confident. He's trying ridiculous things. They will buy up. JW has enough for the AWP armor combo. Up against Dennis this time. You know what I mean? Like every round, they'll just move it around, and that's fine if they feel comfortable with that. It's not like it's wrong or anything like that. It's just a bit of a nightmare to find consistency.
Dennis to support the position of Lekro. He wants to be flashed out. No, just going to go. Wants to counter the utility thrown toward him, but unfortunately, more than just the one man throwing it there. So the guns were certainly drawn and ready. And NiP with the lead back in their favor. Nade's going in their direction. Fnatic, though, as they sit with a 2-man advantage. Brolan just chilling. Being a bro on land.
Bro on land.
Waylander, Brolan.
That's pretty much what you can do with that name. Not many more options. But
Bear with me, I'll come up with something.
Yeah?
Yep.
I guess you could do like Brolan, like... Because we say Brolan, I think they say Brolan.
Yeah. Brolan's Brawlin. Oh, you think there's no puns? Oh,
I'm just saying, I'm just opening you the doors for you. I'm just saying, like, there's Brawlin as well. You can try and use that.
Yeah, Brolan's brawling when he gets a sick kill.
Brawlin, yeah.
He's brawling, bro.
Brawlin out of control.
Yeah. Looking for a scrap because he's in a brawl. And all right, back to the focus here, Hank. Rez takes out Brolan, as that seems somewhat appropriate to the conversation. Get Right does get Crims. Nades are thrown out, but Exist will fall away from it. There's a 3-on-3. So things have leveled up. Good return from NiP into the round, if you want to call it that. Twist, though, knows that if they've rotated over to B preemptively, he'll catch them in transition back toward A, because that's the next logical step. And a good kill and good awareness from him in doing so now allows a bomb plant. I say allows. It will with Rez down. That could have changed it. If he came
No.
busting out, 5 seconds, is it not?
It's not going down. It's not happened.
They were late.
Yeah.
How did they get off that? I thought they were holding it the whole time that we were waiting for the peak from Pop Dog. So what did Get Right do to get them off the bomb plant?
I think he sprayed maybe underneath the train itself. You can spam underneath it. I wasn't fully aware.
Yeah.
But I think he did something to do some damage, and they thought that was it. Trying to take him down. All of a sudden, it falls apart, and it will be NiP funny yet another round here.
That's unbelievable.
That was there.
That's like the tilt in the other way. We saw the Brolin 1 versus 3 in the first half. This is like the gift back to NiP.
Pretty remarkable scenes. Well, there we go. It's NiP, after being 10-5 down, find themselves 12-10 up. If you can believe that. 7 rounds for them here in the second half. And maybe another one here. Get Right has really changed the way he plays inside. He drops out smoke pretty much every single round. Gives you a nice sort of one-way. It's not completely covered, but it's a nice one just to get. Even just a trade, just to get some intel. Dennis is still going to be there looking for them to try and capitalize upon that. Does spread the CT defense is quite weak though, but seems to be working for them. In terms of utility, Fnatic still with 3 smokes and the AWP at JW with flashbangs. But how do they win the first round in the second half here? It's feeling pretty bleak for them right now.
Certainly hasn't been the half you would have expected after seeing what happened. Or how quickly they turned it around in their defensive approach. That's a little better. Slow but steady, they get in position. Lekro and Forrest go down. Surely this time they have to get the bomb planted.
Look how low the money is as well. They've been so unlucky with some of these rounds. Yes, it's 7-0 down in the second half, but it's not for lack of trying. They have had some very unfortunate sequences occur. But this is looking like a lock-in now. It's going to be NiP to save their weaponry towards CT spawn. They've actually only got 1 more buy left in them. As 2 of these players survive, they get 1,400 each, meaning Dennis can drop an M4. Rez can drop a FAMAS, and Get Right can maybe drop the AWP and buy himself.
Rez waiting to see if anyone will pursue. You're right, they have to try and hold these weapons. So the first round for Fnatic in half 2. This brings us to 12-11, still just 1 round between them. So a third map of 6 on the evening. Sexy 6, that's what we call it at Pro League.
A sexy 6.
A sexy 6, brought to you by the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, we are 4. Some now, aren't we? This is a change of dynamic. Used to have the 3 chaps here. I guess Yankers is gone now, so...
Dead now, of course.
Didn't want to replace him, just out of respect. Just left him.
We've raised his number to the banners.
Yeah.
He's got a Raptor spot now.
Just leave his spot open on the desk. We cut his bit of the desk out, I think. It seems like a smaller desk.
It does seem a little smaller.
Yeah. But
the spaceship misses its navigator.
Indeed. JW gets the first pick. That's Forrest. They're coming to life now, just in time. Felt like it was all falling apart, but they managed to pick up their first round and maybe a second here. They're still only 1 round down, so it's not the end of the world. See what they can do.
Well, Dennis waits patiently at that to see if anyone will approach the bottom side of the stairs. It's Brolan that's the closest to doing so, and Rez is just below him, so the 2 of them could potentially work off of each other. It's tough to go up the ladder without much information. If there's 1 there, if there's 2 there, who's going to strike where, but if they get the opening kill, see if that can happen. Meanwhile, Get Right outside watching to see if it's safe to return from that ladder position, covering off A main. He's done so. Rez can stay comfortably where he is. Do they try and get Brolan on? Jump down, bait the shot, but that's exactly it. They work together. Dennis knows that he's investigating in that position and capitalizes by running around the corner. JW left in a 1 versus 4. And forget the economy, this could be exactly what NiP need.
Well, JW will hold on to the AWP. Not for long. Dennis will take him down. It will be 13-11. That's 2 rounds in a row. And actually quite the difficult situation now. I feel like Fnatic will buy this. Crims confirms it, but they are compromised across the board. It's JW and Twists and Crims that have weaponry. The other 2 might have to just compromise with pistols here. They will indeed. So 2 CZs, 3 AKs. Not the best, but could be a lot worse. Lose this round, though, it's pretty much GG. They have to convert this one to a win.
See if Lekro has anything to say of it. Staring down Ivy with the AWP, looking for the 14th round. They're going to go for the run boost. It'll show off the feet, and hopefully they'll reset the aim of Lekro. It does, but he backs off of it, now knows the situation. So they get position, but they get nothing else for it. They do bait a smoke if you want to get really technical on advantage, Henry.
Yeah, that's something. But it actually yields a nade as well for an IP that does a ton of damage. Exist and Brolan now. Both hovering around 60 HP. Ooh, JW sitting in the flames as well. That's going to burn. Shot from Get Right. Brave to push towards inside. Comes out on top. Survives. Like we said, if Fnatic give this one up, it should be game over. This is the round that decides it all.
Finds from Forest. Doesn't want to overcommit to the peak. He's got support coming down from the backtracks. And as he takes out Exist, it's Lekro that's looming, but he can't get through the smoke. He will now. JW gone. And with 4 players left up to fight against just Crims, they should, you'd think, get this 14th round. Now, I've said that, and they've gotten Get Right. He was low. So too is Forest, but they have the bomb. They don't need to overcommit. He's trying to isolate them, but it's a big ask with 24 seconds left.
Yeah, he's going to knife out and be taken care of. It will be Dennis to get the final kill there. 2 for Forest. He pretty much secured the round and gets 24th on the board. Very good stuff by him. And Fnatic at this point, it's like do or die time. Do you just buy into this, try and deny match point, or do you take the eco?
Bless you, Hank. Again, as always.
Something going on in the studio, man.
I'm telling you, it's just me.
I don't know what it is. As soon as I step outside, I'm fine.
Good to see you, Hank.
But it will be Fnatic taking the time out. Like we said, if they buy, they could be done for. If they don't, they give away match point. It really is pick your poison sort of situation. Not to say it's impossible. You could force buy with the pistols, get the 14-12, break their money, bring it all back. Doesn't look like they've done anything with the rifles at least. It will just be pistols across the board, but they have invested absolutely everything. Smokes and flashes in. It's not even a single AK or anything like that. They've just rushed Pop Dog. Exist and Brolan will be taken down. It's NiP looking to finish the game off there. Lekro with a nice shot, nice and controlled. 5-on-2. Just 1 player remaining now. Twists with just a deagle. No nades. No bomb. Oh, he has got the bomb. So he's got something going for him.
Yeah, if you want to be polite to the man, it's nice that you're looking out for him. Takes a piss on the way by.
Do you piss in the shower?
There's only 2 types of people in this world, Hank.
Yeah.
People who piss in the shower and goddamn liars.
That's true.
I think that's Louis C.K.
I won't argue that. That is true.
So he'll work down the stairs and gets absolutely removed by Get Right. NiP within 1 of wrapping up map 1 of 1 because they are best of 1s. So they'll win 1 of...
Well, will they?
You get what I mean.
Will they win this best of 1 of 1?
We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Well, yeah, don't go anywhere. This is it right now. This could be the one. CZ's.
This reminds me of like that. If Juan were to win 1 Formula 1 race, would Juan win 1 to win the when they had that comedian ask Pablo Montoya?
Yes.
Nearly said Jan Fangio. Anyway. Crim's just holding. Molotov down. Flash out as well. Desperate times call for desperate scouts. Which was actually our featured weapon in the pregame tonight.
It was. We saw it in all its glory. But I don't think it'll be bringing much success in this particular round. I say that, though, there is a chance the CZ will be taken down, and maybe the hopes and dreams of Fnatic as well. It's Exist and JW, both without rifles so far. Nade lands on the head of Exist, and the second one follows up too. It'll take JW to bail him out. Lekro, maybe a little... Oh, God,
do it now. Ah.
It could have been something glorious, but it will be pretty standard in the end. But still, there it is. Congratulations, NiP. They will pick up the first map here. I have to say, pretty convincing banner as well. Actually enjoyed what they brought to the table. Look, a decent squad overall. Forest with another spectacular game. Always seems to perform well for this team. And GetRight had a really questionable first half, but he turned around in the second. He actually looked pretty good on the CT side.
And a remarkable game at that. I mean, a really a battle of momentum. NiP with 5 rounds early, then got completely annihilated for the rest of the half. But they turned the game around themselves and win convincingly, it seems, on Train. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the analysts and Mirage. Don't go anywhere.